What is going on, beautiful people? Finesse the Books here from GoBoys.com. And I just wanted to drop by. We have a best bet for you guys. Thursday night football, Carolina Panthers visiting Chicago Bears. Should be a good one. And like I said, we got a best bet for you guys. So stay tuned for that. First order of business. Want to shout out the sponsors to the video. Wouldn't be possible without them. Sleeper Picks, one of the best DFS platforms in the world, especially if you're in a non-legal state. And now's the perfect time to join up. We got a great offer for you guys. Deposit match up to $100. So you deposit $100, use code GoBoys, and you get $100 free. Free money to help get you started. So whatever you're looking for, NBA, NFL, hockey, college, they got it for you. So check it out. Use code GoBoys, and then pick it. You guys know pick it by now. Have to shop the best lines. Why pay minus 150 when you could pay minus 115? A completely free resource for you guys to use. Getting the best lines, playing the best lines is very, very critical to being a long-term profitable gambler. So shout out Sleeper Picks, shout out Picket Sports. And yeah, before we get started, make sure you like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. A lot of great content we're going to be putting out for you guys. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Best bet, Thursday night football. Thursday night football, pretty ugly game. Pretty ugly game. Carolina Panthers at the Chicago Bears. Carolina sitting at +3.5 right now. Um, whether the game is pretty, whether the game is ugly, we're always going to find some value. Got to make money, and that's exactly what we're going to do tonight. So, first best bet of the night is going to be the Carolina Panthers +3.5. And I know what you guys are saying. I'm hearing the comments already. Pretty disgusting, right? Pretty disgusting, pretty gross. But that's exactly why I love it. Who wants to back the Carolina Panthers right now? 1-7. They've looked pretty horrible for most parts of the year. But that's exactly what I like in this matchup. I like a buy low spot in this matchup for a couple of reasons. First, just examining the line. I think it's too many points. Getting +3.5. I know Carolina's on the road. I still think +3.5 is, one, maybe 2 points too many. I think this Carolina Panthers team is going to win this game outright, but I would take over a field goal. Obviously, three being a very critical number in football. I would take the +3.5. So looking back at Carolina's last game against the Colts, I also backed Carolina in that spot as well. And I felt, pretty good with the read. Obviously, it was a loser. They lost 27-14, I believe. But you look deeper into that game. I was impressed by a couple things. I think with their new play caller, calling plays on the offense. I still think that the offense is progressing. They're adding a lot more motion, adding some deceptiveness to their offense, trying to run the ball to set up the pass. And put their rookie Bryce Young in advantageous positions. Now, again, pretty bad game that they played overall versus the Colts, but underlining stats, they pretty much dominated from every statistical category perspective. EPA per play, EPA per dropback, total yards, passing yards, rushing yards, all in the favor of the Carolina Panthers. But a couple things hurt them in that game. 10 penalties, right? That can't happen. They converted decently on third down. If you mix third down and fourth downs, they were pretty decent converting those, but a lot of penalties on first down, a lot of penalties on third down, which is just what you can have when the offense is struggling, when a rookie QB is in there, with an offensive line that's struggling. Penalties are going to set you back. And then obviously the mistakes from Bryce Young, two pick sixes. There's really no way to cap that, unfortunately. You know, the second pick six was a little funky, right? Try to set up a screen pass, kind of overthrew the guy, and guy picked it off, and it's beeline to the end zone. So that's unfortunately there's something you can't cap. Extremely volatile. Two pick sixes in one game. One pick six in one game is pretty volatile, let alone two pick sixes. So and that's kind of what sealed the game. That was the difference in the game. The Colts on offense looked pretty bad on offense, and I think that was a mixture of things. Obviously, Minshew is very prone and liable to make mistakes, but I think the Carolina defense stepped up in that spot. I think the defensive backs play really well. I think they did really well in the trenches. And like I said, control that game. It sounds a little bit weird to say, losing 27-13, but they had every chance to win that game, whether they were up, whether they were down in that game. Just Bryce Young and the pick six is really backbreakers in those type of situations. I think a couple of things are going to be really, really important in this game. One is the Carolina run game. Carolina wants to run the ball. Miles Sanders is back off injury. Looked to be a little bit limited off the injury last week. But Chuba Hubbard is stepping in, getting a bulk of the carries. Still, I believe he had 16 carries last game to Miles Sanders 6. So I expect that to be a little bit more balanced. But I think Carolina's going to be able to move the ball in this game. I think they're going to be able to run the ball efficiently, which is going to set up the pass. And we know Chicago's defense, pretty bad. They've actually been a decent run defense in terms of yards per carry and total rushing yards per game. Uh, but I think this Carolina offense is going to be able to move the ball. And third downs, I think, are going to be extremely critical. Chicago right now is the worst third down defense in the league, letting opponents convert third downs at almost 50%, dead last. And surprisingly, Carolina in that category is seventh in the league. So a top 10 third down defense, then it's going to be super important, which I was a little bit surprised by. I thought this line was indicative of Justin Fields trending to play. Obviously, we saw Chicago being minus 3.5, but got news earlier today that he's trending towards being out. He was, practicing limited fashion this week, but he's going to be out. So it's going to be Badgett again starting, and he's been serviceable. I think he surprised a lot of people with his performance. Although obviously the Chicago Bears as a unit, aren't a really good football team. I think he's been serviceable back there, but still the Chicago offense is not humming. They put up 30 points versus Las Vegas Raiders team that was probably at the lowest point of the season, and then the next two games combined for 30 points. Across two games and two L's. So I'm not impressed with his decision making at times. Through three picks were critical in that game. Badgett did, and if you're not able to stay on the field on third downs and you're not able to stop Carolina from converting on third downs, I think that's going to be huge in this game. So, like I said, I know Carolina's on the road, but it's a weird term. It gets thrown a lot around, but I think Carolina's due for a road performance, at least in terms of covering the spread. They're 0-4 against the spread on the road this year, and that's just not sustainable. So this is going to be their fifth attempt on the road to cover a spread, and it's just too many points, especially with a total this low. I'm seeing live totals using the Pick a Sports app all the way down to 38. That's a pretty low total. So when we have a total in the mid to high 30s, every single point is going to matter. So I expected when Justin Fields was announced to be trending towards being out this game, I was expecting the line to move at least a little bit, but the line stayed pretty firm, which can be slightly scary. But I like the Panthers in this game. I don't think a lot of people are going to be on them, which is what I love. I don't mind being on an island. And like I said, I think they get their offense going. I think they're able to run the rock. I think Thielen's been one of the best stories in the league in terms of brand new offense. We know what he did in Minnesota, brand new offense, and he's been dominating. So um, they have a couple injury concerns. The Panthers do. Obviously, Brian Burns is not going to be playing in this game due to concussion. Uh, but in the DB injury news looks pretty good. They had two safeties on the injury report, Xavier Woods and Von Bell, critical part of what they want to do on defense. And they've been practicing all week. I expect them to play, which I think is huge. And yeah, I think Carolina does enough to win this game outright. So I like their offense in this spot. I like their defense, especially on third down and in the trenches. And I think they do enough to, if not win this game outright, definitely cover the 3.5. So yeah, pretty gross. Yeah, I know that. I'm ready for the comments. Don't add me, but yeah, I think Carolina wins this game outright, like I said. So give me the plus 3.5. Carolina Panthers on the road to get the job done. And there it is. Best bet, Carolina Panthers plus 3.5, Thursday night football. Want to thank you guys for watching the video. Be sure to like, comment if you guys agree, disagree, have another best bet you like for Thursday night football. We're excited to hear that. I'll respond to every single comment. Yeah, so make sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment some of your best bets. Again, shout out to Sleeper Picks, best DFS platform in the world. Shout out to Pick a Sports. Lines move quick. You want to get the best of the lines every single time. So completely free platform to make sure you're making your money go the furthest. So yeah, shout out to the sponsors of the video. Wouldn't be possible without them. Also, quick reminder: gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. And yeah, if you like what you see here, if you like the other videos on the channel as well, you can find all of our action at GoBoys.com. Best team in the world over there. Whatever sport you cap, player props, size, sports, parlays, straights, builders, whatever you're looking for. We got it. GoBoys.com. And yeah, that's it for me. I'm Finesse. I'll see you guys later.